You see this guy? Even though he looks like a budget version of Gecko from Valorant, he's actually famous for being the notorious Pirate Hunter. Anyone who thinks he doesn't deserve the title is either on drugs or hasn't read the manga at all. Here are some moments which prove his strength. Zoro, the muscular lad with green hair and a scar over his left eye, is one of the most recognizable characters from the One Piece universe. He's renowned for his exceptional skills as a swordsman, especially his mastery of the three-sword style, or Santorum. Yes, because we all know, 3 swords are always better than 1. Now folks, starting at number 1, we've got Zoro vs Monet on Punk Hazard. A good phrase to describe them is an unstoppable force meets an immovable force. Indeed, these two lived up to their standard in Caesar Clown's laboratory on Punk Hazard. Monet, being a pirate, wanted to stop the Straw Hat Pirates from interfering with Caesar's plans. So, here's the setup. Monet's got the Snow White vibes and arrogance going on after she has eaten the Snow fruit, a Logia-type devil fruit that allows her to create, manipulate, and become snow. When she lunges at him, ready to slice him up, Zoro doesn't even flinch. Instead, he draws his sword and pulls off a move so slick, it'd make any samurai jealous. He delivers a cut that barely nicks her, but leaves her completely terrified. And now she sang, "Let it go," for real to Zoro.
Let it go, let it go.
And for Zoro, that's how you win a fight. Real smooth.
You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
No need for bloodshed. Sometimes the psychological defeat is a painful one as death. Ask Monet, who ultimately chooses to self-destruct in an attempt to take out the lab. Ouch! Moving on to number 2, we need to talk about Zoro's showdown with Pika in Dressrosa, a kingdom ruled by Don Quixote do Flamingo. Talking about our contestants, Pika is a real rock fan. No, not that rock, the real rock. Pika can manipulate rocks around Dressrosa, making him an absolute unit, almost like the Dwayne the Rock of One Piece universe. Now, the other contestant is our old pal Zoro. Zoro understood that to defeat this behemoth, he needed to attack the real Pika, hidden inside the rocks. As the fight begins, Pika makes his move, but the sharp, agile Zoro leaps into the air to attack Pika. Superman, who? And then he delivers a slice so epic, so seamless, it was like he was cutting some butter with a hot knife to spread on his morning toast. This devastating blow slices the rock monster in half from its waist. The whole city was in awe. It was almost as if they saw Dwayne The Rock making an entrance at WWE. Finally, everyone can thank Zoro for liberating Dressrosa from Pika's control. And this also proves size doesn't matter, sometimes. We're almost halfway through the video. At number 3, we have Zoro's trippy encounter with Grim Reaper. Ooh, spooky. This encounter took place in Wano. Zoro is already battered after the intense battle against Kaido and Big Mom on Skulldome's roof. He's heavily bandaged and needs immediate medical attention. His injuries include broken bones and deep cuts from fighting the Emperors. A real life and death situation for Zoro, and soon the death comes to visit our good friend in the form of the Grim Reaper. The Reaper has a large scythe, ready to attack, symbolizing death. Now imagine the whole scene. Death is like, buddy, you gotta come with me. For Zoro in this situation, he takes inspiration from Kratos. Why not defeat something undefeatable? As the Grim Reaper swings its scythe down towards Zoro, Zoro in a desperate act of defiance looks at death itself and tries to stop the scythe's blow. How cool! I mean, it's one thing to fight a mortal, it's another thing to fight death itself. Meanwhile, Death's standing there confused like, wait, this isn't how it usually goes. This powerful scene highlights Zoro's sheer willpower to live and fight in any way with anyone. At number 4, let's take a break from all the fighting and death encounters. Literally, let's set the scene. Luffy and his crew are injured and exhausted after the battle against Gecko Moria and his minions on Thriller Bark. Luffy in particular is in pretty bad shape. Weakness, fatigue, you name it. Like a gamer outside touching the grass.
My time has come.
To make matters worse, Kuma, another warlord, arrives on Thriller Bark to capture Luffy. Luffy knew he wouldn't be able to beat Kuma in his state. Kuma offers to spare the Straw Hat Pirates if someone is willing to take on all of Luffy's pain and fatigue. My man, Zoro, steps forward to protect his captain and crew. Confronting Kuma, Zoro declares his determination to protect Luffy, stating that if Kuma wants Luffy, he'll have to get through him first. Moreover, Zoro decides to bear Luffy's burden all alone. Kuma, using his powers, extracts Luffy's pain and fatigue and transforms it into a bubble. Then bravely, Zoro steps into the bubble. In an unimaginable agony, enduring the excruciating pain, Zoro silently vows to protect Luffy and ensure his dream is realized, even if it means sacrificing himself. Are you still not crying? Wow, get a heart or something, bro. Last but certainly not least on our list, it's Zoro fighting against Ryuma. The battle takes place on an epic, decaying mansion on the Thriller Bark on the massive island controlled by the warlock Gecko Moria. Ryuma was a legendary samurai from Wano, finally a worthy opponent for Zoro.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
Zoro is determined to beat Ryuma to gain the legendary sword Shusui, which was one of the 21 great swords. Zoro and Ryuma engage in a high-speed, intense sword fight. Both warriors display excellent swordsmanship, enough to make a medieval knight cry. Ryuma, being a tough boy, throws all his cards at Zoro, such as Hanauta Sacho, but that does little to no damage to Zoro. The battle reaches its climax when Zoro pulls out his ultimate card, Shishi Sonson. Zoro's draw cuts through Zoro's defenses and forces Ryuma to forfeit. The rule says that if you are defeated by Shishi Sonson, you must hand over your sword, so Ryuma complies. Well, that will be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and do leave a like. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any updates from us. As always, see you in the next one.